Hello and welcome to Frugal Over 50. I'm Amy and I'm delighted to talk with you about my journey towards becoming more frugal, more minimal, and more intentional in all aspects of life. And today I want to take you into my kitchen where I show you my pizza recipe. I showed you some pictures of this in a recent video and I had a request in the comments for a video just about how to make this pizza. And as it happened, that very day, I was getting ready to make pizza. So I decided to video the process and I'm gonna walk you through the whole thing. My recipe is an adaptation of one that you'll see on America's Test Kitchen. I've changed it up a little bit to personalize it and also to show you that you can personalize the recipe any way that you want. It's very flexible, very versatile, and extremely delicious. I have 2 teenagers in my house and they rave about it. Every time I make it, they say, it's so good. So I highly recommend it to you. Here is my lovely and beautiful handwritten adaptation of the America's Test Kitchen version. Don't worry, I'll talk you through this as we go. First of all, you need 3/4 of a cup of water. You need 1½ teaspoons of active dry yeast. You need 2 cups plus 2 tablespoons of bread flour. You need 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. You heat your water to the usual 110 degrees. You plonk in the yeast and you let it sit for about 5 minutes while you prepare yourself a lovely, refreshing beverage. This was decaf tea because I can't have caffeine anymore. After it has bloomed for about 10 to 15 minutes, you start adding your flour little by little. At first, it just looks like a really thick cake batter. There's nothing special about it. You keep adding flour until you get this sort of horrible goopy mess, at which point you remember, oh yeah, I forgot to add in the olive oil. So you add it in because it's not really too late yet. It's okay. And you add in your salt. Now, after you have mixed all of that together, including the forgotten oil and salt, you turn it out on your counter and you have this sort of lovely shaggy mess which you continue to knead. And it only takes a couple of minutes until it looks just like this. Sort of craggy, but you can see the gluten strands forming. Let it rest for a little while and then you oil it up and put it in an oiled bowl where you're going to leave it for a good long while. It has to take a nap. It's got to go to bed and it's got to rest for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And at the end of that nap, it looks pretty gorgeous. Look at that thing. It's just turned into quite a pillow. Now at this point, you have to be brave, okay? Are you ready? Because you have to set your oven at 500 degrees. I know, that means it's probably going to clean itself. Now at this point, you also need to pull out your cast iron skillet or skillets if you're lucky like me and you have 2, and you grease them up. And then you're going to pull out what you're going to put on this. I had some pizza sauce left over. Use whatever you like. And whatever cheese you've got in the fridge. This isn't fancy, as you can see. This makes 2 portions. 1 you leave in the bowl, 1 you plonk down on the counter, and you just spread it out on your oiled counter with your oiled hands until it matches the size of your skillet. And then you plop it in the skillet and you set the skillet on, look at this, just over medium heat. So that's right. You have 2 skillets going on medium heat while you have the oven preheating. With those skillets on medium heat, you add your sauce and you add your cheese and you let them cook until the bottom starts to solidify a little bit and the edges start to dry up. You put this in the oven, it goes for 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes, this is a thing of beauty that you come out with. It looks like this right in the skillet. Absolutely gorgeous. You pull it out just to let it sit as long as the teenagers in your house can stand it so that it doesn't turn into lava in their mouths. And isn't that gorgeous? And then when you cut it open, you can see what it looks like on the inside. Take another look, another panoramic view of this gorgeous piece of pizza before we look inside. And look at that. Look at those air pockets and look at that crispy crust. It's just a thing of absolute beauty. And the lovely little bonus here is that at the end of it, your skillets are nice and seasoned. You gotta try this pizza. You just gotta. That is my version of skillet pizza. I hope that you enjoyed watching it. I hope that it inspires you to get in the kitchen and to Be frugal in your pizza habits. It is possible to cut the cord, or I guess the wireless connection, to your favorite pizza joint and make wonderful pizza at home for pennies on the dollar, and to raves from your teenagers or from your own inner teenager. Thanks for being here. Enjoy your own pizza, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.